1. Tuition hike at Pennsylvania State Universities. What you need to know. 2. Pennsylvania State Universities announce tuition hike for in-state undergrads. 1. Tuition hike at Pennsylvania State Universities. What you need to know. A significant change on the horizon for Pennsylvania's state universities. After a lengthy period of stability, Pennsylvania's state-owned universities are preparing to implement a tuition increase this upcoming fall semester. This decision comes after a remarkable 7-year freeze on tuition rates, which has provided much-needed relief to students and their families. However, a recent announcement indicates that unless the state government approves a budget that includes increased funding, students will face a tuition hike of 3.6%. Currently, in-state undergraduate students will see their tuition rise by $139 per semester, bringing the total to $3,997, while the annual tuition will increase by $278, totaling $7,994. This change will particularly impact students attending institutions such as PennWest California, PennWest Clarion, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, IUP, and Slippery Rock University. The board's decision and future implications. The Board of Governors for the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education has officially approved these new tuition rates for the 2025 to 2026 academic year. This marks the first tuition increase since 2018, a significant shift after years of maintaining the same rates. In light of this increase, PASH is advocating for a 6.5% rise in state funding to help keep tuition rates stable. They have stated that if the state responds positively to their funding request, they would consider rolling back the tuition increase, which could alleviate some financial pressure on students. Dr. Cynthia Shapira, the chair of the PASH Board of Governors, emphasized the importance of this funding, stating, "Every dollar counts for our students. If the state provides the funding we've requested, PASH can roll back tuition to help students with other essential expenses." A call for discussion. This situation raises important questions about the funding of public education and the financial burden placed on students. As tuition rates rise, many may wonder, is the state doing enough to support higher education? What alternatives exist to ensure that students can afford their education without incurring significant debt? This is a pivotal moment for Pennsylvania's educational institutions, and the implications of these decisions will be felt by students and families across the state. What are your thoughts on the proposed tuition increase? Do you believe the state should prioritize funding for higher education? Share your opinions in the comments below. 2. Pennsylvania State Universities announce tuition hike for in-state undergrads. Brace yourself. Pennsylvania State Universities are about to ramp up tuition. In an unexpected move that is bound to stir up debate among students and educators alike, in-state undergraduates at Pennsylvania State Universities will face a tuition increase starting this year. This marks the first tuition hike since 2018, and its effects are sure to be felt across campuses. Specifically, the new increase amounts to a 3.6% rise, adding nearly $280 extra per year for students attending institutions such as Westchester, Kutztown, Cheney, and Millersville universities. For many families, this means that the total annual tuition could approach the $8,000 mark, a figure that might raise eyebrows for those already feeling the pinch of rising educational costs. But here's where it gets controversial. While these rates apply across several state institutions, Penn State is looking at its own potential adjustment. The Penn State Board of Trustees is set to convene shortly to finalize its budget, and there is the possibility of imposing an additional 2% tuition hike for in-state undergraduates on the main campus during the 2026-27 academic year. This proposed increase has sparked debate among students, parents, and policymakers alike, with many questioning if further financial burdens on students are justified in today's economic landscape. Adding another twist to this unfolding story, the state system's Board of Governors has noted that if state lawmakers in Harrisburg allocate more funding, there is a chance that tuition fees could be reduced in the future. This connection between increased state funding and potential tuition relief is a critical point that many may overlook, prompting discussions about the broader role of government investment in higher education. This situation invites diverse opinions. Is the rising cost of tuition an inevitable response to broader economic pressures, Or could more proactive state support relieve some of the burden on students? And what does this imply for the future of accessible higher education? We welcome your thoughts and encourage you to share whether you agree with these measures or feel that alternative solutions should be considered.